Um, when I first started coming to the Cameron Village Library in particular, it was because I was homeless. I was living in the shelter on Wilmington Street, and I needed some place to go during the day. So the first reason that I started coming here was just practicality. But eventually it sort of became a tool for me. I used the books to distract myself from what was going on in my life, and I used the computers to do job searches and to update my resume and to apply for jobs. So the library was sort of integral to me maintaining some sense of sanity. The fact that I was living in a homeless shelter was pretty overwhelming, and I needed everything I could to just sort of remember who I was and just sort of, like I said, maintain my sanity. And coming here, it felt like an oasis from just sort of the madness of the shelter and living with that many people and being that far out of my comfort zone. So it meant a lot to me to have this place to come. And as I'm sort of transitioning out of that, I moved out of the shelter a couple of months ago, been out for a while. But as I'm sort of, I don't know, relearning how to socialize, I guess, it's maintained its importance in my life because now I've decided that I want to write. I feel like there's something in my story that might help other people, or if nothing else, might shed a light on an area of society that people don't always examine, don't always see. And so now when I come to the library, it's to write, it's to do research on some of the facts and the figures that I'm putting out in the work that I'm doing. It's still important to me, and I think it always will be. Not as regularly as it was at that time, because, like I said, for practical reasons, they would put us out of the shelter every day at 8 o'clock, and I would have to find some place to go. If you have a job, that's fine, but if you don't, because at the time that was the biggest hurdle I was trying to overcome, if you don't have a place to go, then you risk loitering or trespassing charges or being outside in the elements. And libraries in particular have always been special to me. My dad was in the Army and my family traveled around a lot. But one thing my mom always would try to do is every Saturday we would go to the library wherever we were, and we would split up, and I would find books and she would find books, and then we'd meet up at a designated time and just sort of show each other the books that we'd found. And it was kind of our thing that we did every Saturday. And I would look forward to it for years. Like we started that, I guess I was about 7 or 8 maybe, the first time I really remember doing that. But I looked forward to that like well into my teenage years. So libraries have always been special in general, but this particular library, um, I love the way it's set up here. There's these little nooks, and it's designed for comfort, and there's just this incredible wall of glass in the front of the building. It's a beautiful structure, but it reminds me a lot of those libraries that I would go to, and every time I walk through the doors, I still have that sense of anticipation, that sense of excitement, like, what am I going to find this time? For every negative moment, there are so many people that might not mention it, but they get so much out of institutions like libraries, out of this particular library. But the library system in Wake County is just, it's phenomenal.